Overcoming objections with confidence. Look, I have been in sales for over 30 years. Today, I want to share with you some tips, some ideas, and some techniques on how to overcome objections with confidence. When it comes down to overcoming objections, it comes down to four things. First thing is your mindset, then is preparation, then is specific techniques, then finally is about closing. So first thing first, you got to shift your mindset as a salesperson. Instead of looking objections as a rejection, you need to start to look at every objection as interest. I've been in sales for over 3 decades. I can tell you 90% of the objections are simply a shown of interest from a customer. They simply want to get some reassurance, confirmation, explanation to reassure them the money they're spending on this particular service or product, it's the right decision. And it is your job as a salesperson to show true, authentic curiosity rather than being all competitive when an objection rises. Your ability to truly listen more than you talk would determine whether you're going to be able to make the customer feel confident about your service and products. On top of that, your mindset should be detached from outcome. Instead of focusing on the outcome, which is the commission, because ultimately that's what we all want, right? Is to sell something, helping the customer, and we get paid. But your mindset is so critical, is to get that outcome out of your mindset, out of your brain, and you're here to guide, assist, and finding the right solution for your customer instead of trying to win and get what you want, what you're looking for from your personal interest. So that's number one, is start to shift your mindset. Next, fully prepare before you go to your appointment. Fully prepare before you enter the room when you're about to do your presentation. There is no shortcuts to closing a deal. As people say, there is no shortcuts to any kind of success. It's so true. One of the things that I learned to do in my industry, which is the life insurance industry I've been part of for 30 years, is I write down the top 10 objections when it comes to customer buying a life insurance policy. I list all 10 top common objections, such as, let me think about it. I think the premium is too high. I don't need life insurance because I'm single, I don't have any kids. I write down the top 10 objections. I come up with an answer, specific answer, real answer, practical answer, how to tackle every objection before I even go into any appointment. When I'm that prepared, by the time I'm actually doing the appointment, I don't really have to think twice about if the customer is going to ask me the objection. In my mind, I'm going into an appointment already assuming, I actually want the customer to bring up that particular objection or the top 10 objection because I'm ready to answer those objections that other people already have as well. And when you have those kind of preparation, the customer can feel your confidence, your calmness. You're not desperate, but you are also very competent. The key is competent in what you do. And I found out another big part of being fully prepared is what? Role play with the teammates. Role play with a friend. Role play with your mentor. Role play with another trainer. Meaning, before you get into the real battle, you need to practice your craft in front of people that you trust, that can give you honest feedback about your presentation. You don't want someone just want to compliment you and tell you, oh man, your presentation is so amazing, when in reality it has a lot of leaks. You want somebody who's more experienced than you are in the field, in the industry, and you want to borrow an hour of their time and say, look, David, I really want to learn from you because you have been in this industry, you have been in this company, you have been in this office a lot longer than I do, and you are actually doing extremely well when it comes to sales. May I take you out for coffee and take you out for lunch? And I want to borrow an hour of your time where I can do a role play with you and you can give me some of your honest feedbacks. I think having the right role play is extremely critical, extremely important to your success as a salesperson. Next, which is number 3, when a customer gives you an objection, respond with the following C's. The first C is what? Calm. Okay? You have to be very calm. Pause. Breathe. Keep a relaxed tone. I think that shows what? When somebody talks calm with firmness, it shows a lot of confidence. And the second C is clarify. Would you mind to share with me what are some of your real concerns that is keeping you of making the final decision? You want clarification. And then of course the last C is counter. When you want to counter something, you're not combating. You're listening, find out what the customer's true objection is, and then you counter with a certain technique. Over the years, I have learned many different sales techniques on how to close a deal. And today I'm going to share with you one simple one, which I think is very effective, is what I call the feel, felt, and found technique. I understand how you feel. It's a big purchase. It's a long-term commitment. Many of my customers felt the same way, just like you. But what they found out was that the amount of money they invested into this life insurance policy in the long haul, the value, the return is so much more than the cost they have invested. And they are extremely glad they started early, not delay the process. Do you understand how this goes? Whatever you're trying to do, try to use feel, felt, and found technique. And then of course, last part is closing the deal. Closing the deal is about you asking the customer firmly after you handle all the objections. Does everything that we talk about resolve all of your concerns? Can we move forward? And let's get started. I hope today's tips and some of the ideas that I share with you on this particular video had helped you to improve on your closing skill. Because at the end, nobody's going to come up to you simply to say, I want to buy a policy, I want to buy a product, I want to buy a car, I want to do my mortgage loan with you, without you learning how to persuade authentically. If you love today's video, please post a comment below and click the link above and watch another video called What Makes a Great Salesperson. I hope you enjoyed today's video and see you next time. JW here. If you like my content, comment below and download my JW Just Win app. See you next time.